Before we dive in, I want to give huge shout outs to community partners Epilepsy Foundation of America, the Danny Did Foundation, and Epilepsy Alliance America. And big thanks to sponsors Neurelis and SK Life Science. Thank you for believing in this podcast and to help keep it going. All right, y'all, pull up a seat. This is gonna be good. Hey guys, welcome to this super special episode of What the F at the Otherside Lounge. That's right, we are here. It is happening. We've only worked on this for like 2 years, and now we have a space for people with epilepsy, by people with epilepsy, to come, chill, hang out. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors right here, Lundbeck, Natus, Neurelis, and Home Neuro. And let's step inside and take a look around. And so here we are, first Otherside Lounge launched. It's pretty awesome, man.
It is overwhelming, just and humbling, just hearing the difference it makes for people. And we built this, we didn't know, and I think it's just, experiencing is everything.
Totally, 100%. And I've had so many people be like, can you bring this to my city? Can you bring this to Chattanooga? Can you bring this to Michigan? And I'm like, we will work on it,
yes,
right?
That is our next step is process. And then what's next?
Yeah.
And how do we bring it everywhere? Yeah. Because the need is so real.
Totally. Like yesterday when there was just people, just everyone hanging out in here and no one knows each other until they've sat in these couches or sat in these super comfy chairs and start sharing their stories about epilepsy. And for me, even just witnessing that was like pure serotonin.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, I was sitting in the quiet, the decompression zone and just listening. And I was like, this is great music, but it's better actually hearing all the people connecting and just chatting.
Yeah, totally. Well, hey, man, we pulled one off.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Okay, so I'm here with Brandon. Well, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. From one of our convo cards we have around here. If you could go back and tell your newly diagnosed self one thing, what would it be?
Just because you have a seizure does not mean you are back to square one. That is a huge thing that I've been thinking about recently, in that just because you have a seizure does not discount all the progress that you've made. Every day that you go without having a seizure is a testament to your strength and what you are able to handle. I think that's what I would tell myself. Because when I first got diagnosed, I was having seizures pretty often, and every single time I felt like I had just lost all the progress that I had just made. But that's not the case.
I relate to that so hard. I really appreciate you sharing that because I feel like every time, like I'll make it, 4 weeks.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it happens and I'm like, am
I back to square one?
Yes.
You're not.
Yes.
You're
so
not.
Thank you. Because that really resonates with me. That really uplifts me, and I'm going to steal this and take it. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I really appreciate.
Just make sure you give me credit for it.
You got it. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to chat with us and stopping by the lounge.
Thank you so much for wanting to have me on.
Yeah, of course.
I love being here.
Yeah. Talk soon.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, and I am here with Zach and Bridget.
Good job.
My brain has been telling me the wrong name all day. We're just chilling here in the Otherside Lounge, getting to know each other, and both these two are creators in the epilepsy space in their own way, which is so dope. So Zach, you and I ran into each other grabbing coffee yesterday.
Yep.
And first I gotta say your Boston accent kind of was like, what? I got so excited by that.
It's like I moved out of Boston and it's still stuck.
It's so dope. I feel like I'm in Goodwill Hunting.
Everyone thinks this is like an act. No, I wish it was. Because I get so much for it, especially like this voice I have. It's so high-pitched.
Well, speaking of act, you happen to tell me that you do stand-up.
Yep. Every Monday and Tuesday, and then every third Thursday, I'll go up on the stage for a minute or so. It's just I'm throwing out random jokes, mostly making fun of every seizure I've had and every other like EMT visit. Oh yeah, they at least they know me.
Yeah.
You know,
How does it go? How does it go over?
it's usually them seeing me on the ground and going, "Oh yeah, he needs clothes."
I wasn't expecting that.
Okay. I love it. I forgot about this literally until this moment because that's an epilepsy brain. I did stand up one time wearing an EEG, like one of those at-home EEGs, but like I could leave. I could like walk around
You're
and
all
like,
wrapped up.
and so I was like, well, this would be perfect content to get up on stage. Like what?
Literally. That's why, like, when I had my brain surgery, I took all these pictures, and the one thing I loved was when they unwrapped me. I was like, oh God, no. Like, the worst part was my hair was all shaved off.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get this flow back.
You got some nice flow going, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just this part. That's really...
Yeah. No, yeah, okay. I didn't see, I
could
didn't know
peacock a
I
little,
didn't,
you know?
yeah. There we go. I love it. So like, how does it feel doing stand-up about epilepsy?
I'm not even gonna lie. It has actually helped out my brain more, in a sense, like decompressing, getting out there, and, taking away a stigma, in a sense. Because everybody would just look at you and be like, oh, it's such a puppy, a little puppy. I don't want you to be hurt. And I'm just out there going, do you know how much fun I'm having right now?
That's awesome.
Just as long as I don't get a black eye. That's the only thing.
What do you mean?
If I drop, black eye, right?
Oh, yeah, like you
I
mean
can't
a drop
go
seizure?
out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put makeup on.
No.
I don't have my sister at the house anymore.
But isn't that good content if you're up on stage with a black eye?
Thank you.
Maybe on tonight's episode.
You're like, you just gave me my 5 minutes.
Exactly.
This crazy ass lady
swear I won't
told me a
remember
black
her.
eye would be a good thing.
Oh, God. I already use other things, so I'm going to add that right there.
Awesome. I love it. And Bridget, you have created something not necessarily comedic, but still really, really helpful in the epilepsy community. Wrote a children's book.
I did.
Yeah, tell us about that.
So it's about me growing up with epilepsy, and I feel like when I was younger, there wasn't the content and like resources that we have now. So I think my goal is just more to help kids nowadays, because when I was younger, the stigma was just so, not that they didn't talk about it, but it was kind of like only your family talked about it. Maybe people outside of your family were like, they knew that you had epilepsy. And I'm like, it's okay that you have epilepsy. And that's just my goal for the book, is just to walk away, you're going to be okay. So that's my biggest goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we've got Zachary out here educating.
Yeah.
Yeah, through humor.
I need to read that book. I really need to read it. All right, then. I'm getting one.
Why do you say that?
Because the whole thing is to understand more and more stories. And especially, there's so many different types of epilepsy, and there's so many different types of auras. And any, like, how can I say it? Any information, especially to pass on to others. Because I talk to a lot of people online that have epilepsy as well, kids that have epilepsy, and it's like, I will show them that book.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
Well,
Could you tell us the name of the book?
the name of the book is The Girl Behind the Overalls. And because when I was younger, starting on medications, as you know, sometimes you can gain weight, sometimes you have side effects, I gained a lot of weight and I would hide behind overalls. I thought if I wore overalls, I looked skinnier, which actually it's not true at all. But I laugh about it now. But back then I had every type of overalls. I had jeans, I had corduroys, every color. Ask me if I have overalls now. No, definitely don't. But
Even though they're back, you're like,
and then I see them, I'm like, no, not today. Nope. God bless you, but not for me. No.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you guys a question from one of these little convo cards we have sitting on the table. So your question, Zach, is, or do you prefer Zachary?
It don't matter.
It does matter. It's your name.
Just say Zach.
Okay. I just love hearing that Boston accent. I'm just going to keep making you talk. Okay. What's the funniest, strangest, rudest thing someone has ever said to you about your epilepsy?
Oh, Jesus. See, like, that's one thing. It's like I just keep getting looked at like I'm a puppy. And then, they will always go like, oh, is there something wrong with you? And I'm like, yeah. I need some help. Like, I swear it's not the ADHD making me blink.
That's really funny. Okay, and then Celia, your oh, sorry. So Celia is the pen name of the book. Celia, what's the last name?
Celia T. Collins.
Celia T. Collins is the pen name of Girl Behind the Overalls, which is why I keep calling Celia or Bridge Celia, or, like I get it right halfway through. Okay. So this is a two-parter.
Oh, boy, okay.
What has epilepsy taken from you, and what has it given you?
Oh, gosh. What has it taken from me? It's two-part response. I would say it's taken some friends from me when I was younger because they were scared of me having a seizure. I was younger when I was diagnosed. So I had friends like show up when I was on the floor, ambulance had left, and like my friends saw me in the thick of it when I was going through school. So I feel like some friends that I'm not friends with anymore, that scared them. So, and sorry, what was the second part of the question?
What has it given you?
I would say it's given me strength. Like people like yourself, you make me want to be a better person because you are strong enough and brave enough to talk about your diagnosis. I'm in my 40s now and I never wanted to talk about it. But then we see all your stuff and I'm like, I have no excuse. Like you're just an inspiration to a lot of people. So I think it's made me realize like I can help people. So thanks.
And you will get your payment for saying that later.
We won't talk about that. Oh, we're recording, sorry.
But, and just like to tag onto that, because I always feel like you start talking about it at the right time for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I've talked to so many people who are like, I wish I had talked about it sooner. And I felt that way for a while too. And then I was like, you know what though? Like I wasn't ready at that point. Like it just happens when you're ready. And then sometimes it doesn't happen and that's okay too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my PSA on it.
Because it's never too late. Literally, it's never too late. Because the more time that passes by, you're starting to actually learn more, especially if you're documenting everything. That's why I log and I explain everything in my logs. Because you get to actually see the day by day. And as something's happening, you go back.
Yes.
And then I'm looking at how crazy I am. Especially the things I write down to yell at myself. Because I always put it in third person.
That's fantastic. Well, you guys, I really appreciate you sitting down to chat with me and hanging out in the Otherside Lounge. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. This is great. Hello, Jackie. Thank you so much for sitting with me on a couch and chatting. How are you doing this morning?
So this morning's been a little rough. I'm so happy to be here, but this morning before entering the conference, I did have a grand mal seizure in the bathroom of my hotel. So just recovering from that a little bit, but I took my rescue meds and I'm feeling a little better, and it's really nice to just connect with people who kind of understand my situation and not be embarrassed for once.
Oh my God, that's huge. I didn't even think about that. It like takes away the embarrassment part.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so I can't believe you're like here
Yeah.
and like communicative. I'm
Yeah.
amazed.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, about the effect of your rescue med.
Yeah.
Can you just talk people through what that looks like for you? Not that you're advising anyone, but just so people know.
Yeah, no, definitely not advising anyone on this specific medication, but my neurologist originally prescribed it as a rescue medication, and then it was working so well as a rescue when I was not feeling well or when I did feel like I was going to have a seizure, and that she thought that it would be a good idea to start prescribing it on the daily. Very low dose. She just started prescribing this maybe 2 weeks ago, and
Oh, so this is super early in.
super
Okay.
early, but it's been a game changer. This morning, my seizure lasted super quickly. Usually they're between like 2 and 3 minutes, and it was probably like a 30-second seizure. I woke up and I wasn't as confused. Like, I didn't know where I was briefly, but then I kind of came back to myself and I recovered fairly quickly. So
That's awesome.
feeling better. Yeah, still like, that brain fog, but I'm able to have like coherent conversations, which never happens after a seizure. So
Yeah, I mean, it's like I would never know that you had had a seizure, right? Because you're not, I mean, I'm not trying to take away, like, obviously you have your own brain fog and everything going on, but I'm just like, wow, like, you're doing so great. And you're the second person in this conference that's told me that their doctor has made the same move of taking the rescue med and making it a daily thing. And now it's got me thinking, like, I might go ask my doctor about it and just see if it's a possibility.
it definitely does not hurt to ask. It's been a huge trial and error. I was only diagnosed at 22 years old, and I'm 29 now. So I'm just really learning to advocate for myself and also listen to the guidance of my neurologist, who I feel like I have a good relationship with. But even my mom was like, "You're so stubborn. You're doing your makeup right after. Like, what are you doing? Go rest." And I was like, "No, I want to go. I want to go."
I get the same way.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden my mind is just like, no, but this was the plan. And apparently I'm going to stick to that plan, even though I had a seizure. And I'm just told, no, you are not. You're going to bed.
Yeah, and I think that just speaks to who we are as like epilepsy warriors. Like, we're just so resilient, and we just go with the flow.
100%.
Yeah.
And you just moved, right? Okay, so tell me about this move and what it's done for you mental health-wise, epilepsy-wise.
So I didn't move too far from where I originally was. I stayed in the same state, probably about like 25 minutes away from the original town, but I'm in a town now, and it's just a busy town. It's called Ridgewood. There's coffee shops, there's everything you can think of at the access of my fingertips. So I live directly in the town, so I can wake up in the morning, decide what I need to do, and just walk outside. And it's been a game changer for my independence. I don't drive. I haven't been able to drive for the past 3 years. So I just feel like even my sense of worth, I just feel so much better. And
Totally. Well, it is like when your independence is taken away by not being able to drive. There's so little you can do about it if you're in one spot, a certain area, right? And you're not the only person I've talked to who is like, no, I moved because of my epilepsy, and I just think I'm very fortunate because I live in Chicago when I was diagnosed, so I didn't have to do that because we have public transportation. Something I've personally never had to think about, and every time someone tells me that, I'm like, that is genius.
Yeah. No, it's been great, and we've only been there for, I want to say, like a month now, and the quality of life has been better, and I've just realized sometimes you just have to change your lifestyle or tweak your lifestyle a little bit due to your circumstances with your epilepsy and your seizures, which is okay.
Right. It is okay. It can be annoying, but
It's annoying. It's annoying. And we're not going to lie to ourselves.
right.
But I mean, it's a great town, and I'm very grateful and fortunate. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me. I hope you do get more rest today.
Yeah.
Not to be overbearing.
I will. I will. I know sometimes we tend to push ourselves a little too far, but I will get rest. I do want to go to one of the conferences, though. I mean, that's what I came here for. So I
Yeah.
will do that. Maybe I'll go to one or two, and
Yeah.
then I'll get some rest. And
Good. I
Yeah.
love that plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Thank you so much for talking to me. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. And it's really nice to meet new people. I've never met anyone with epilepsy before. So, yeah. So it's really special what you all have put together here.
Yeah, it really does make a difference when you can connect with someone, even if you don't have the same type of epilepsy, but that we have like this common thread where we
Yeah.
do understand each other, you know?
Absolutely. Even like some of the things that you were saying, and I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what I go through. Or like even with your husband, I'm like, that is my husband to a T. So it's just funny.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the space,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy to have met you in it.
You as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Hey guys. Funny seeing you here. I'm kidding, Mark, because you've been up 24 hours and you created this. No, Miles, it's so awesome to have you. Yeah, just 2 years in the making. That's right. Well, but you might know a little bit something about 2 years in the making, or 10 years in the making.
We're not going to talk about it.
Wait, when were you diagnosed?
It's been most of my whole life, yeah.
So, and how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I am 30.
So I say it's 27 years in the making.
Something
Right?
like
That's
that.
why I look at this. It's like 30 years in the making.
And it's
Since I was
beautiful, yeah.
Diagnosed. It's like we make meaning by storytelling.
I love that. Yeah, it's like you know a little thing about storytelling or two.
Yeah, it's the only way we make these sorts of things accessible to both our community, but also to the public. And I think you have to present the things we care about and the message that we want to share from a patient perspective, as Mark was talking about passionately earlier. And also, I think to not always present the epilepsy experience led with the statistics, led with the kind of the math behind it all, with the logic behind it all. It's also about people and their needs and feeling wanted and feeling like there is a space for them when their whole experience is being left out. And that's something that you're achieving here in this room right now.
Thank you. Yes, that's well, this is a moment to talk about epilepsy unity, because can I hold this little thing? This is epilepsy unity. I mean, media, film, experience, like this is one of the ways we make meaning in this space, and it's a way individually powerful, but it's like together, what can we create? And it's like this is sort of an epilepsy potential that hasn't been unlocked, and like now it's time to do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't pass me that mic. I don't know about you, but I feel like there's some connection between creativity and epilepsy that we don't really talk about that much. Miles, you just smiled real hard.
Well, I don't want to lead with stats. I don't know, I would like to think that's true. And I think that the wonderful thing about creativity, storytelling, is it makes use of your experience. And it's really easy to feel like epilepsy, all it does is it just takes and takes and takes and takes, and limits and limits and limits and limits. But if you can draw from that and provide something using that, I mean, that's the sort of wake-up call that I had, is I was able to provide something with my film that otherwise could never have existed. I could never, ever, ever have done this or been a part of something more important than me if I hadn't paid that price, which is a little dark. The other thing that I want to bring up is you look at all these faces on this wall, and epilepsy, one of the challenges that we have is it is extremely diverse. It is extremely diverse. And the experience is not necessarily the same from person to person to person. And so we have to speak to that unity and the things that do that do bring us together and that are true across the board, which generally speaking is that experience, feeling left out, misunderstood, and so to be in a space where you can talk about it and you can share and you can be heard is a really, really special thing that Mark has put together.
Thank you. The way you say that is, you articulated that so perfectly. It's, we create and we don't know what we're making. And you guys both know that because you're creators. And you just hope for the best. But you make it and you fail and fail. And sometimes it just hits a note. And you're like, oh, I have made something connected with my people. And
well, and just on that note, like I think of how many times you and I have tried to make this space possible.
yes.
Like when you said, and you fail, and you fail, and you fail, I was like, oh, we've done that.
Call after call. We have this crazy idea.
Yeah.
And we're going to get people together.
Yeah.
And it's going to be beautiful. There's going to be art and stuff. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. But I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, and Miles, this is something you said, like now, once you like kind of change that perspective of what epilepsy is, it feels like when something happens, I'm like, oh, this is great content. Like, like, oh, like, and I don't know if you guys like feel that way, but like something will happen. I'll be like, oh, but this could be out there for someone else now.
Right. Well, I think that's the thing too, right? It's the isolation is, that's a unifying force, right? Because epilepsy is so diverse, right? Just in that, you can have a rare form of epilepsy, various, it articulates itself in a way that I say, everyone everywhere could be a person with epilepsy. But then also our relationship to epilepsy is different, right? You could be a caregiver, it could be a spouse, anything. But interestingly, we share some very similar emotional things. Isolation, the power of connection. It's like that is something that could bring not only people to get with epilepsy together, but the entire community, right? And our ecosystem. It's incredible to see that, just the hope in that, and the future for us.
Well, Miles, tell us when because your feature is releasing soon.
We will have the first set of screenings at the end of September. We're going to Winchester, Virginia for the Lost Weekend Film Festival. We're going to the Charlotte Film Festival a couple days later. We're going to Hell's Half Mile in Bay City, Michigan, and then it's taken off from there. So we're going to start with these regional kind of festival environments, and then it's only upward from there. So
that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see it, obviously, like everyone.
I'm excited.
But I also can't wait to see this trajectory. Yeah, and I really appreciate you stopping by the lounge and hanging out for a bit. Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's like nothing else. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully in future iterations, we'll have a big screen TV, and we'll be, playing the film in here, and
cool. I'll be there.
It'll be a true display of unity.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have an ongoing reel, right? We'll sort of have film,
I have an idea.
podcast episodes.
Look, it's the content thing. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's bubbling. Well, hey Taylor, it's so nice to meet you.
Hi, great to meet you.
Thanks so much for coming to the Otherside Lounge.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
So tell me, what brought you to the conference today? Or this weekend, or this, I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I got connected with EFNE when I moved to Boston for college, and I was kind of seeking kind of a support community as I transitioned from pediatric care into adult care. And I connected with Joey Gollin at EFNE and gotten some support groups. And since then, I graduated, moved on, and I heard about the conference, so I thought it'd be a great time to come back and reconnect with people. So
that's so awesome. Well, congratulations on graduation. That's huge.
Thank you.
Where are you at now?
I live in New York City now, in Brooklyn.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's super fun.
So what have been like some key moments for you, or like takeaways from this, from the conference, or anything that you're just like feel seen about?
Yeah, definitely some of the topics in the different talks were very validating for my experience, because I didn't really
I got diagnosed when I was 13, and I didn't know a lot of other people in school who had epilepsy or even like had other chronic conditions. So just connecting with people who have had similar experiences and kind of had some of the same traumas that I've like downplayed throughout my life has been.
It's funny how we do that, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, no big deal. Like, just in the hospital last week, no biggie. And my friends at school are like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because they'll believe you, right? If you're like, oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, just like, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And like you guys were saying in your talk earlier, like, you really need to be, like, hounding your friends. Like, are you actually okay?
Totally.
So, yeah, that was a great takeaway.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so great. So I'm going to pick a question from the convo card pile, or do you want to pick one?
No, you can. You
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. Let's see. We'll do this guy. What is this one? Okay. What has epilepsy taken from you, and what has it given you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Guess what it took from me at a certain point was honestly like years of my life, my day-to-day life, because I would have seizures clusters in the morning. So going to school, I would have to go to the nurse's office for the first like 2 or 3 hours of the day.
Oh my
So
God.
I missed out on like prime education, socialization, things like that, due to insurance issues because they couldn't cover the medication that I needed.
Oh my God. It makes me want to punch a hole in the wall.
Yeah, so it was really frustrating because I knew what I needed, but we couldn't get it for a long time. So that was frustrating, but I think what it gave me was a lot of resilience. You know, outside of that, I had an amazing family, amazing friend group growing up, and so I think having, going through any type of hardship allows you to grow and be a stronger person. And when I came to college, I kind of already had that, like a thicker skin in some ways.
Yeah, totally. I like, that's so true that like you got to college and you were like already kind of like, yeah, this resilience thing I've got down,
Yeah, I was like, I've gotten through some stuff. Like, I'll make it,
Yeah.
like, I'll be okay no matter what the situation is. I'll get through it.
Yeah, your perspective was a little bit different.
Definitely.
For
yeah,
sure.
It definitely taught me to, like, step outside of my comfort zone because I don't want to miss out on life, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Wow, that's very wise and very cool. It is I've always found it like a little bit annoying though, how like it's the hard stuff that like makes us stronger. And I'm like,
why do I gotta do all that first? What the heck?
I know, it's like we have character coming out of our ears. Like we're done.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm good with the character. I'm good.
Yeah,
let me just chill for a bit.
Yeah, totally. Well, Taylor, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me and stopping by the Otherside Lounge.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So currently we are in the Otherside Lounge, which I'm really curious about what y'all think about this space as epilepsy advocates. Just because, and because I really love you guys, so I want to know.
And
like,
we love you.
Aw. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts?
Wait, first, I just want to point something out.
Yeah.
I just noticed that they changed these signs, which
Yes.
I think is so cool. That, like, first it was already really cool to see other celebrities who have epilepsy, but the fact that they're switching them out to show more, it's, it gives us a sense of relatability where, as people with epilepsy, it's so easy to feel, like, isolated and different from everyone else. So being able to see that there are not just 6, but there are at least 12 other celebrities who share the same disability as us, I think that's pretty cool. And I love that detail. I just noticed that. But
Yeah, and I think there's more switching out tomorrow. I think, but don't quote me on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
No, it's super cool. And I listened to Mark while he was explaining the Otherside Lounge to all these people, and everything is so intentional, which I love. He was saying that the bar stools are purposely facing each other for networking, and then those seats, the recliners, are by the window so you can recharge by the sun, and like everything is so intentional and so well thought out for different aspects of somebody with a disability as complex as epilepsy. And it's really a good way for us to open up to each other and get to know each other as a community.
And this is why you are now the Otherside marketing manager. Thank you for applying. You got the job. Okay.
We'll negotiate later.
We can't afford you. And what about you, Sarah G? What do you think of the space?
You know, we were here yesterday and it felt so comfortable connecting. And like in the real world out there, you know, even when you know somebody has epilepsy and someone knows that you have epilepsy, making that connection, that first conversation, that first, hey, listen, you know, your mom told me or whatever, it takes days and weeks and months and sometimes a year, and it's awkward. But yesterday, I think we had spoken to like 3 different groups of people so naturally. Like it's community, it's family, it's inclusivity. It was really, really natural. It was just so natural. And I'm talking about like in a span of 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So it just felt so good. Like if it was up to me, I would bring everyone I know who's been impacted by epilepsy into this room, you know, where there's just that common thread, no judgment, same language. And it's, look at the vibe. I mean, okay, let's just talk about the vibe. Like you said it, Ritham, like it's all really, really intentional. It's gorgeous. It's cool. It's hip. The music, the furniture, it feels good. It's a really, really good space, you know? So, you know, we come to these conferences, right, for education and to learn about the latest, but the community, gosh, like that's what this is. It's just community building. It's amazing. It feels so good.
Totally. And I love,
so good.
Okay, so you're also being added to the marketing team. Thank you for applying. You also got the job. Wonderful. Yeah, no, that's been so amazing just to just sit down. Because like literally you'll just sit down to rest. And then the next thing you know, you're chatting with someone else who like gets your experience, and that just doesn't happen. You know, so yeah, it's been pretty cool. What has been like your outside of the Otherside Lounge? Like, what's been your favorite part of the conference so far? I mean, aside from Pre's amazing talk, I was like, well, all 3 of us have the same answer, and that's when Pre gave an amazing talk about puberty and college and epilepsy and how those things meld together, and you have just some amazing tips that, like, I think so many people appreciated. Okay, so that one aside, and we can't say mine either.
I do want to thank you for yours. I do want to thank you for yours because Landis, we skirt around it. We don't talk about it. We don't get uncomfortable. We don't get raw and just talk about it. And you did. You did, and you talked about it, but you also said, guys, this is what's helpful. This is what works. Like you're going to experience this. And when you do, know that, you know, you have to have your team and your bag and your people and your reminders and all of that. I mean, I will take that with me. I will take that with me. So, you know, you're saying not yours, but no, I really do want to thank you because you went there. You went there and you helped not just that room full of people, but everyone's going to leave and talk about that. I know I will.
Wow.
I know I will.
I really appreciate that. And just for the listeners out there, I did give a talk about my personal experience with suicide ideation and epilepsy. And it's a very heavy topic to tell people that's what you're going to talk about. I don't know how many times I told people, I'm like, you don't have to come. Like, it's very heavy. You don't have to come. But I do appreciate you saying that.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. So what about you? What was one of your takeaways from the conference?
I really loved the hidden truths. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually bought 3 pieces today.
Nice.
So hidden truths is like the art gallery that they have in there. And yeah, I was looking at all the artists like people with epilepsy.
Or caretakers of someone with epilepsy, yes.
So the pieces that I bought, I loved. It was an artist from the UK, and he gets his own brain waves from his neurologist and incorporates that into his artwork. So there's one that's shaped like a sun, and the rays are his brain waves from his EEG. And then there are dots.
Nuts. That's so cool.
It's so cool. There are like dots that symbolize how many seizures he had during the EEG. Like, it's all so well thought out, and I think that it's so beautiful how all of these artists are able to turn something that, you know, is so hard in life into this beautiful art. Like they turn it into their passion and then into something for other people to enjoy, the way they take it out. I think that was probably my favorite part, was seeing all that.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, the hidden truths, and I'm actually this week they're in Chicago, and so I'm seeing the one in Chicago. So, and I love this event. I go to it every year, but it's just just to see. I don't know what epilepsy, and it's not just about epilepsy, but it's just like an artist's eyes, and to see those things is just so amazing. Okay, well, now I'm going to pick a convo card, okay, for each of you. You each are going to have different ones. Okay, so first one, Sarah Jeet. What's the funniest, strangest, or rudest thing someone has ever said to you about your epilepsy?
Oh my gosh.
You're like, you don't have time.
You know what? I think we've all talked about this before. Pri, I know you've said it before, but you don't look like you have epilepsy. Mm-hmm. And I know we've all talked about that before, but that's a really, really funny, strange, tone deaf, just a really, really unusual thing to say and to respond to. I think you do a better job responding than I do, because I'm just so caught off guard. Like, well, what does that even mean, you know?
Yeah. What do you do? What do you say?
I don't really. I just kind of like laugh about it.
Oh.
But like, dude, the other day I made a TikTok kind of making fun of people who say like, you don't look like you have epilepsy. It was just with this audio that's like, oh boy. And I said that, and someone literally commented, or maybe it's just the prescriptions and papers that you've written up to make yourself seem sick. And I was like, I am literally making a video and you are proving my point in my comments while trying to be a hater.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
I do remember, though, once you did respond and you said, what do you want me to have a seizure in front of you right now?
Yeah. Oh, I've never said that to someone.
Oh, okay.
No. I don't want to jinx anything.
That's smart. That's very smart. Okay, and Pri, your convo card question is, if you could go back and tell your newly diagnosed self one thing, what would it be?
Oh, that's tough. I feel like I would tell her that her diagnosis isn't something that makes her weak. I think that I spent so much time thinking that my epilepsy was just, the weakest part of myself, and it was something that I should be ashamed of. And now I'm here. Like, I presented at this conference, and it's like, I spent so long, like, being ashamed and afraid and feeling a certain way when, now I'm the opposite, and I've done so much with my epilepsy because of my epilepsy, and because I finally come to the conclusion that maybe this is kind of my purpose, right, is to be brave as a result of it. So I wish I could tell her that it doesn't make her weak, and it actually makes her more powerful and more strong.
Oh, I'm getting a little teary with that, because I feel that too. I've never looked at it that way as like a weakness, but that is sometimes how I still view it in myself, and I did not realize that until just now. So thank you for that. Always truth bombs with the Bhutanis. I swear to God, you guys just always have the truth bombs. It's
As
the
do
best.
you.
Oh,
As
it's very
you,
sweet.
And it's this growing community that is really like empowering us as individuals, but also as like a group, and moments like this, places like this, gatherings like this, conversations like this, they weren't had before, so to see it happening now is just a beautiful, beautiful, empowering thing.
Yeah. Well, and you two are a huge part of it, so thank you.